Then single phase full bridge inverter. There are two different figures drawn here, that is figure 1 and figure 2. Figure 1 shows the circuit diagram of single phase full bridge inverter, and figure 2 shows the different timing diagram with respect to the load voltage V0 and the gate currents are marked here. So let us come to the figure number 1 that shows the circuit diagram. The figure number 1 comprises of two pairs of thyristor T1, T2, T3, T4 and two pairs of diodes D1, D2, D3, D4 are connecting here. And the Vs, the source voltage, is applied to the circuit and the load is connected in between a particular portion, so that this portion shows 50% of the bridge circuit and this portion shows 50% of the bridge circuit. So this portion whenever added, that shows the full bridge inverter circuits. Vs, Is are the source voltage, source current, V0, I0 are the load voltage, load current respectively. Then come to the operation. Let us assuming that initially the thyristor T1, T2 are gated by giving the gate pulses Ig1 and Ig2 respectively. This one is for the gate pulses of Ig1 and then Ig2, then this portion will be 0, then Ig1, Ig2, then this portion will be 0, then Ig1, Ig2. In this way this will continue its operations. So whenever T1, T2 is triggered by after getting required amount of the gate pulses, then the path of the current will be Vs, T1, load, T2, again return back source voltage Vs. This one is the path of the current like this, that is Vs, T1 or load, T2, again return back your source voltage Vs. And whenever T1, T2 are turn off or commutated, in that case the load voltage reverses its polarity or the current now start flowing through in this way the load, then D3, then source voltage Vs, again D4. In this way the path of the current is like this. In that case the current now start from load to the source by reversing its polarity, by forward biasing the diode pairs D3 and D4 by following a path, that is the load, then D3, then Vs, then D4. In this way it will be circulated through this path. And whenever the entire charge across the load will be discharges, then D3, D4 are turning off, then again T3 and T4 which will be turn on. In that case the path of the current now flowing from source to the load by following a path Vs, then T3, then load, then T4, again return back your Vs, then T3, then load, then T4, again return back your source voltage Vs. So during this period T3, T4 are turning on by giving another gate pulses Ig3 and Ig4. Ig3 for turning on thyristor T3, Ig4 for turning on the thyristor T4. So in this way this portion due to which thyristor T1, T2 will be turned on, so that the Ig1, Ig3, Ig4 gate current will be 0 here. So this portion in which the thyristor T1, T2 will be off or commutated, so that Ig3 and Ig4 gate pulses are arises here. Again at this portion, again Ig1, Ig2 gate pulses given here, so that Ig2, Ig3, Ig4 pulses will be 0. In this way it will be reverses its polarity from time to time after giving a pair of pulses Ig1, Ig2 for thyristor T1, T2 turn on, and Ig3, Ig4 for thyristor T3 and T4 turning on. Then come to the second diagram, that is whenever T3 and T4 are turning on. During T3 and T4 turning on, the path of the current will be Vs, T3, load, then T4. In this way it will continue its cycle. Whenever T3 and T4 will be turned off or commutated, in that case the path of the current will be now load, then D1, then Vs, then D2, again load. In this way the path of the current now this way, that is the current now flows from load to the source. In that case load, D1, Vs, D2, again load. In this way it will continue its cycles. In this way simultaneously the pair of thyristors are triggering and then goes to a commutation mode. Again the load will be transferred from thyristor pair to the diode pairs accordingly. Similarly in second case another pair of thyristor T3, T4 are turning on, and then these two whenever goes to a commutation mode, again another pair of diodes D1, D2 will be turn on. So the load current, the load of thyristor T3, T4 transfer to the diode D1 and D2. So the path of the current will be marked here. So this one is BS, first part, that is thyristor pair T1, T2. This one is the thyristor pair T3, T4. Again T1, T2. Again T3, T4. In this way, the current path will be like this. The load voltage V0 with respect to time t is marked here. For n is equal to 1, V1 is equal to 4 Vs by root 2 Vs, that is equal to 0.9 Vs. The instantaneous load current I0 or for an RL load. I0 is equal to summation of n is equal to infinite 1 2 3 1 3 5 4 Vs by n pi r square plus n omega L square sin n omega t minus theta n. Theta n is equal to tan inverse of n omega L by r. The RMS output voltage V0 is equal to 2 by T0 integration 0 to t by 2 Vs square to the power half, that is equal to Vs. The instantaneous output voltage in a Fourier series V0 is equal to summation of n is equal to 1 to 3 to infinite 4 Vs by n pi sin n omega t. Then single phase bridge inverter. See that here this one is the circuit diagram for single phase bridge inverter. In that case, there are 4 different transistors are connected here. The transistor TR1, transistor TR2, transistor TR3, transistor TR4. Then 4 number of diodes are connected here. Diode D1 antiparallel to the transistor TR1. Diode D2 antiparallel to the transistor TR2. Diode D3 connected antiparallel to the transistor TR3. And diode D4 connected antiparallel to the thyristor TR4. And then this part forms one of the half of the bridge circuit and this form another half of the bridge circuit. And the load is connected in the appropriate arm of the two bridge circuits along the point A and B. V, S, Is, V0, I0 are the source voltage, source current, load voltage, load current respectively. Then inverters are of again divided in two types. One is voltage source inverter, second one is current source inverter. So what is voltage source inverter? The inverter whose commutating components whenever connected in series or the input impedance value is very less, known as your voltage source inverter. Current source inverter whose input impedance value is high, known as your current source inverter. So this second one is about pulse width modulator or pulse width modular PWM. In that case, the 50 Hz AC is given to the block diagram, in which the entire block diagram is divided into 3 different sub blocks, that is diode rectifier block, filter capacitor block, switch mode inverters. First one is diode which convert AC to DC. Then that output of the rectifier is not pure DC, it will contain some harmonics. The harmonic contents are filtered to the capacitor known as filter circuit, whose main function is to remove or absorb the impurities, and then output we are getting ripple free DC output voltage. Then the pure DC then now fit to the SM switch mode inverters, which will again convert from AC to AC. The voltage source inverter can be further divided into general 3 categories. Number 1, pulse width modulated inverter. Number 2, square wave inverter. Number 3, single phase inverter with voltage cancellation. Pulse width modulated inverters. The input DC voltage is of constant magnitude. The diode rectifier is used to rectify the line voltage. The inverter control the magnitude and frequency of AC output voltage. This is achieved by PWM technique of inverter switches, and this is called PWM inverter or pulse width modulated inverters. The sinusoidal PWM technique is one of the PWM technique to shape the output voltage to as close as the sinusoidal output. The basic concept of switch mode inverter. This one is this block diagram of basic concept of switch mode inverter, that is single phase switch mode inverter, that is filter circuit. Input is their DC given to voltage, that is Vd, by through a capacitor. Then the capacitor filter the DC, then directly apply to the single phase switch mode.